That's how we win!
Alright, what's up everyone? Mekkah here, and I bring you a special feature. I am doing a Golden Deer speedrun. I sat down one Friday afternoon with a friend. He came over, who was like, hey, let's race 3 houses, Golden Deer. I was like, okay, sure, let's go for it. So it's gonna be fun. Now I could commentate this all on my own because this is post-commentary. But I brought a friend along, and he can introduce himself right now.
Hi, I'm Kirbymastah. Mekkah's probably mentioned me here and there. I'm a speedrunner for the Fire Emblem series. I've been around some live marathons, and I'm just here to chill.
Yep, Kirbymastah, the master of speedrunning. So I'm filling in my name right now, exactly at characters. I am Speed. And then when I say yes to the ballot thing, we will start. I'm just waiting for my friend to set up, which is a good time to introduce the whole concept of this. So what basically happened was my friend came over. He was like, let's speedrun Fire Emblem 3 houses. Golden Deer is the only route we have both finished. And we were like, you know, let's do some New Game Plus racing for fun. We didn't really practice. We didn't check the route or anything. I'd seen most of a speedrun before, but it was like a very early route speedrun. So I sort of knew what to do and what not to do, but not really. And my friend also barely practiced. But we also have like different things carrying over from our different New Game Plus files. Because his bullet was very different from mine and stuff, so there are differences. Unfortunately, I do not have my friend's perspective of this. I do remember like where he was at when I was at like certain crucial points. I do remember who won, but I don't have his perspective. I only have one capture card available, so this is just going to be my perspective.
Can't be helped.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty hard to follow 2 runs anyway.
Yeah,
and like try affording 2 capture cards, man. It's not cheap. They're not cheap.
Nah, it's not, especially HD capture cards. Oof.
Yeah. So Kirbymastah has pretty much every route memorized, including Golden Deer. I
haven't really speedran, but I am around the community a lot, and I've been doing dumb meme categories because it's fun. Instead of like the normal categories, which are typically normal, classic.
Fair enough. Do you think the game is fun to run though?
I think it's pretty fun. Controls aside.
Speaking of controls,
the controls are.
I'll elaborate more on that in a little bit.
God.
I will just note right now I picked female Blythe because she has certain advantages that I need. Mostly the reclass to Pegasus Knight, that's quicker.
Yeah, like all of the routes you pick female Byleth for 2 main reasons. One is for Pegasus Knight and the other is for Sylvain.
Oh, Sylvain actually matters for real speedruns?
He matters because he has, if you recruit him in non-Blue Alliance routes, he has a really high base charm stat, so you can just use him as a dancer.
Yeah, okay.
That's I think really important in Black Eagles because you don't have flame. So
fair enough. Okay, so here we are introduced to the first problem. Me pressing plus accidentally when I just try to skip shit, and then I just end up zooming in. That's a lot of fun. And then just messing around with animations. Like I said, I didn't practice. I didn't really see what every speedrunner does. So I'm like going through every option manually. And when you have to think on the fly on a speedrun, that's not a good sign. It's more like you need to like muscle memory this kind of stuff if you actually want to get like a world record. But for us, this was like no practice, just think on the fly.
This is like a YOLO speedrun, which is pretty different from like one that's been practiced and whatnot. But these kind of races are still fun to do.
They're very fun because you have to think on the fly. You don't have to just find the best strategy, but you have to find the fastest, safest strategy you can come up with on the fly. So what I knew sort of is that you can walk right through here without fighting anything, and that's probably fast. My friend went for the XP on the left, fighting those enemies. I was like, you know, let's just go for the boss. Like, you don't get the XP in the official route here, right?
You don't. You just go straight for the boss.
Yeah.
It's really safe because if you hit the boss once on enemy phase, and then you can just Wrath Strike him.
Yeah.
That always finishes him.
So I didn't know about that being a thing. I thought Wrath Strike wouldn't KO, so I didn't even try for it. I just went for the Vulnerary instead in the forest. So
I don't blame you.
That's a little bit of time waste right there. Yeah. And I think this is about when I should introduce you to my amazing control scheme. I think roughly. Yep. Okay. Oof. So I switched from Joy-Cons to a new USB controller, kind of like a Pro Controller kind of thing, but I'm not used to it at all. And so on the Joy-Cons, the home and the plus button are very far apart, and they look very different to me. Like whenever I look at them, I instantly know which is which. But on this new Pro Controller, their buttons are very close together, and even though the same one is on top and the same one is on the bottom, I can barely tell what they are just from looking at them. So a lot of the time I confuse them, and as a result, I end up checking that home menu way more often than I should during a speedrun. So I do apologize for that.
I mean, That's one of the annoying things about running this game. Like a lot of times you want to spam plus to skip cutscenes, and then you press plus one too many times, and you just go into the super zoom in mode.
Yeah, the super
like,
slow zoom.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, on the topic of like plus and A spam, a lot of cutscenes in this game you can't plus through, so you have to like A spam through it, and it's super annoying. I hate it so much.
Oh yeah, those are kind of annoying, and some people kind of argued, oh well, you can't skip this cutscene because you're recruiting someone here anyways, which isn't strictly true because most of them you aren't actually recruiting anyone.
I don't remember any combo like that.
I think it's Flames is one of them where she recruits herself.
But doesn't she always join?
Yeah, like that's one of the cutscenes that you can't skip.
Yeah. I remember paralogs, but obviously I don't do those. This is just basically just we sat down, we counted down, and we're like, okay, finish the game, new game plus, just finish the game. That was the only thing we agreed on. Beat the final boss. By the way, the whole run is going to be in these videos, so if you don't want to see the final boss or anything, don't finish watching it. But it'll be obvious when the final chapter comes up.
Yeah, like if you care about
spoilers, I love the home menu. It's so much fun to mess around in.
If you care about spoilers, you probably shouldn't be watching a speedrun of it, to be honest.
But right now, like, Fear has been out for like a couple months, so you should have plenty of warning. Okay, so in this quest, is there anything you could tell me about this door that I'm about to go through? Because I remember it being pretty hard to get through sometimes.
I just mash A.
Yeah.
And honestly, I look at the mini-map more than the actual screen because you actually want to run around a monastery zoomed in.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's faster. Yeah,
zoomed in like this?
It causes less lag.
Or like further.
I hope you've had
Like,
a chance to
you just press plus once and then you'll zoom in once.
Oh, fair enough.
And there's less stuff on the screen, so
yeah, I mean this door right here, this one.
Oh, this door.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No one really knows.
It sounds like RNG to me whenever I like see someone doing it. I saw like a really good run that just had like just run into the door for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Like what I do is I run past the first table behind Edelgard and then I run back to her, and usually it opens instantly for me. But sometimes just does what happened to you, and I'm like, I don't know.
So this prompt here, after you talk to Dimitri, if you mash A here, you just have to continue exploring, and you just have to
I've done that so many times in my
awful
playthroughs. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. Speaking of mashing through, if you mash through here, you go black equals if you didn't want that. And we even warned each other about this. Oh, by the way, speaking of mashing through, we also had some kind of gentleman's agreements to take our time on the save screen to make sure we wouldn't overwrite important saves, because I still have my Let's Play save on here. And I accidentally overwrote it, but I made a copy beforehand, thankfully, at the bottom. You can't see it on when I was saving, but thank God I did, because I overwrote it right away, even after the agreement. I just wanted to win.
It defaults to the first file, so it's like so easy to do if your main file is in the first file, so...
Yeah. So let me introduce you to the friend who's not here, but who was racing against me right now. So he's a real life friend of mine, and he plays Smash Brothers. He's much better at handling a controller than I am. He's been using the Pro Controller for pretty much all of his gameplay on the Switch. So he's much more used to his controller. He's much better at mashing than I am. I feel like I have more knowledge of the game because he played the Golden Deer more recently than I did, but I've played the game more often than he did. I'm more familiar with the Monastery and that kind of shit, and like some kind of controls, mechanics kind of shit. At the same time though, he had movement +1 as a skill from New Game Plus because he has like
that's a really good one.
but he forgot to equip it for a pretty long time. So and here I'm in the New Game Plus screen just figuring out, you know, what I want to get. This is from my Golden Deer Let's Play. This is the New Game Plus from my Golden Deer Let's Play. So I did have a flying bullet in that one, so that means I get to buy a flying. And I think I bought Sea Lances because I remember you needed that for Wyvern Lord.
Yeah,
and I got A axes as well for bullet, and I also thought I might need Claude at some points. I know that in the final mob, it might be nice to have 2 units that can attack. I thought there might be some other occasions, so I thought it might be worth it to buy some stuff for Claude. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have gotten the Professor level, and I probably shouldn't have gotten the Authority. I don't think the Authority ever really mattered.
Authority is pretty nice because there's some really good battalions around C rank and A rank. Like there's Immortal Corpse, which gives you like +7 attack at max level, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, but that one only needs C rank though. So
yeah, it only needs C rank.
I bought A. I shouldn't have bought A. I bought S flying. Oh, for Claude, right. So he gets like the anti
oh yeah,
arrow.
that skill is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I didn't plan to train Claude at all really in part 1, but I know he gets like free level ups because we're playing normal mode, by the way, in case you didn't see that or like went too fast. Actually, I didn't show that. Yeah, so we're playing normal mode, so we just wanted to play fast. Kirbymastah thinks that hard mode is like better for speedruns, right?
No one's routed it because everyone's lazy and no one really cares to do it. People just want to go. Yeah, people always ask about it, and we're all like, no,
it's like New Game Plus,
we're
basically.
lazy. Yeah. Like one of the things that's really nice about New Normal is that Mekkah kind of mentioned it, but all your units get auto level to level 20 in normal mode during the time skip. And in the Lord's cases, they get auto-leveled off of their advanced class and bases. So they get like ridiculous stats.
Sorry, I need to interrupt you for a moment. So
Go for it.
At this point in time, I was under the impression I had to do all these quests in the monastery at first, because I think I saw that in an early speedrun route, but I think you only have to do the red one. And then in addition, because I've just played Blue Lines for my Let's Play at this time, I thought I had to talk to Dimitri, but I actually had to talk to Claude, my real house leader. And I also, like, at this point I was under the impression I had to do the Dedu Seeds quest, the Sylvain quest, and the Flame quest. But I actually forgot to talk to Dedu, so I just run back right now to talk to Dedu. So this is why my friend starts getting some real ground on me, because he sort of remembered, I think. He was like whining to me like, oh, you know the monastery much better than I do. It turns out I fucked up anyway. I think he was also under the impression he had to do this, so I think this was okay. But I think in the run right now, I don't think you do like any monastery other than like
you do as little monastery as possible.
Yeah, the red quest basically, and that's it, right?
You just do the red quest.
And is there like several monasteries you can skip even though they have red quests?
Yeah, you always want to skip them as much as possible.
Yeah.
And there's like 1 or 2 months where if you enter the monastery, you're forced to do the quest. You can't end it, which is kind of annoying. I think that's the month with
it's so hard to plant seeds.
I know.
My thanks.
I don't even know if you have to cultivate. I just did it because it would waste more time if I had to go back for it. It's like, fuck it, I'm already behind.
Oh.
But hey, I've played the beginning of this game like 7 times by now or so, so at least I know fairly fast routes to these kind of quests at least. So we were in the
Best
impression
character Flame.
Yeah, we were in the impression you had to fish, and my friend actually got like slightly mad when he was fishing because it took a while for him to get a bite.
Oh. Oh, it looks like you're dining with Lysithia. Okay.
Yeah. So might as well mention Lysithia, I guess. So I saw in the speedrun that she's being trained up to warp. I didn't remember to buy her warp rank right now, I think. I think she needs like C rank Faith. I remember there was like a new game route based around getting warp as soon as possible.
Yeah, you basically just want to get warp with her as soon as possible.
But I thought, you know, I can buy it, so it'll be fine. So
it's convenient in like other routes when you don't have Lysithia in your party, because you can recruit her late in part 1 and then she's auto leveled, so she'll have a higher magic base. Yeah. And then you buy warp.
Okay, time to fill. Yes, I'm so good at fishing. I'm so good at this. Just needed 2 excellence to get him instantly, but no, fucked up. So, if I were to go back and improve on this speedrun, I would definitely get perfect fishing here. That seems very important to get a world record. That's what I think, anyway.
World record for fishing. Seren's Forest did get an update like this past week with fishing stuff, so that's
I could probably cut out some of the home menu too. Probably.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Okay, so mock battle time. So, from what I know for the speedrun, the main objective is to just use Boleth always and get as much XP on him as possible. Claude is forced on this map though, so I thought I might use him if I needed to, but generally you only want to move 1 unit to make it as fast as possible, especially when you can skip enemy phase and everything.
Yeah, this chapter is always kind of interesting to route because your Byleth hasn't snowballed yet, so Byleth can't just solo everything. Yeah. So you actually have to use like a group of physical units to kind of team up on this chapter. And this is a route chapter too. This
is another reason I shouldn't have bought Professor Level A, because it makes me undeploy like the adjutants every time. Because if you use the adjutants, they get level ups and everything. Super annoying. My friend actually accidentally deployed the Raphael as a adjutant, got a bunch of levels out of it. But my friend at this point was really way ahead.
Like City as an adjutant, and that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, that was what we were wondering about. So that's the way you get some rank on and like levels on the City. To get some like, I don't know if it like changes her warp range any, but it definitely helps her get levels if she's here as an adjutant. Because right now you're still on foot, so you can still have her as an adjutant. Whereas once you go Pegasus Knight, she can't be with you anymore.
Yeah, she can't.
Careful now.
So I was like, oh shit, I'm like really low HP already, and there's like 3 guys around me, and I was like, oh shit, better use a vulnerary, yay. And then with Claude, I'm like, you know, I should also heal, maybe, but hey, I also need these guys dead. Let me just attack, and then, yeah, this is not going to be a good enemy phase. Let me tell you that much. Let me just press the home menu real quick. Well, and that's my Claude, so.
Game over.
Yeah, the annoying thing about this part is you don't have Divine Pulse yet, so every time you die, it's a straight up reset, and you have to do everything all over again. So,
you better press the home menu.
So my friend got pretty far ahead here because of my stupidity with Claude and everything. I should have just like healed Claude or had him wait for in the forest with like, because he has Alert Stance Plus, I think.
Oh yeah, he does. He just dodge everything.
Yeah, Boleth has Alert Stance and Claude's Boleth has Alert Stance Plus. And I think they have like some kind of weapon breaker skills. I don't remember entirely what I did in that menu. Like again, this is the fun, but also the frustration with this kind of speedrunning is I am not used to speedrunning. I'm used to taking my time in Fire Emblem. Kirbymastah is like used to like executing routes, I guess, and maybe some improvisation. But improvisation, I can sort of do it sometimes, but sometimes I just need to take my time for a little bit, and it really shows sometimes in the speedrun where it's like I don't make optimal decisions at all. But that's part of the fun of the race. And also, while doing this, I am also trash talking my friend a lot and complaining a lot, and he's doing the same to me. So that also causes distractions. So the 30% of the brain excuse really applies here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like around speedrunning who do like blind races, quote unquote, where they just race a game they haven't played before or they don't know anything about speedrunning, and they just kind of YOLO it, and it's a lot of fun to do it in a race setting.
So much fun.
Kind of having fun. Yeah.
Like I hated being so far behind compared to him because he was doing fine, but I also had like a lot of fun just coming up with strategies. It's no longer about like can you find the right strategy, but can you find a fast way to execute something that seems safe but also works and also is fast. Okay, but this time it looks like it's a lot better. I don't think I die again. Gotta kill some units though. I think I killed Hubert though. No, okay, never mind. Kill Hubert next turn.
I'm not sure how much Hubert's gonna do to Claude. That's gonna be scary.
It's fine.
Because Hubert hits hard. Okay.
Yeah, he's survived barely. So press the home menu to celebrate. And then, kill him. But Baleth is level 5 now, so he's a lot stronger than at first. Or she, I should say. I'm used to having a male Baleth.
I usually play with female, but I jump around.
Yeah. At this point, I stopped moving Claude because I don't think there's really a point at this point. Just want to hide in the forest and kill people.
All your points are good.
Yeah. Activate both houses. You can go left to like fight one house at a time, but in a speedrun.
I've never gone left. I've always just gone straight through.
Yeah. I go left in Let's Plays to look safe, like Madden mode and stuff.
Oh yeah, I haven't even tried Mad Editing mode. Like I really want to play it, but I've just been busy with like playing a lot of New Game Plus or routing and stuff. It's just like I don't have time for it. Ugh.
Yeah. Also worth noting something that I forgot. Oh yeah, Mercedes is totally weak, but Dimitri's super strong. I made the dude attack me so he doesn't get his personal skill activated, which is like +8 defense, I think. It's ridiculous.
I think it's 4.
Yeah, it might be 4
remember.
pre-time skip and an 8 after. I don't know. Either way, it's a lot. More than I would like. But now there's like 4 ranged enemies around me, and I don't think I even have a bow on me. So I just decided to take out like one enemy so he'd be gone. Because you gotta start somewhere, right?
Oh my god, those levels are so good.
Yeah, I think I got pretty lucky in those level ups. My friend complained about these level ups a lot, but I don't remember exactly how bad they were. I think he got like less speed or something. But Molest just has a really good strength base too, so
it's a really high strength base that does it, but it's a pretty frustrating thing in a lot of vanilla speedruns. Oh my god, Claude just popped her.
Yeah, he did somehow. I don't remember if I healed Claude beforehand, but I think he was at low HP from Hubert, so that actually makes me look really lucky here. I don't remember if I healed.
You probably think I'm lucky.
Yeah.
You probably got a crit on her too, unless you weakened her with Byleth. No, you did.
Did I weaken Edelgard with Baleth?
I think you did.
Well, but Edelgard has a hand axe, right? So she shouldn't.
Yeah, she has a hand axe.
Yeah, so she shouldn't get countered by me. Oh well. But just Hanuman left. I think he says like, "Hey, Manuela's dead. I need to make my move," but then he just doesn't move.
Stay focused.
Yeah, I think there's like one route where whoever the boss is on this heal tile actually starts moving towards you. I don't remember one though.
I vaguely remember that too. I just don't remember which route it is exactly. But hey, my comment section will point it out at some point probably.
Oh, I'm sure they will. That's you.
But that was okay. But at this point, my friend is already playing like the next chapter, so I'm not feeling great. But hey, at least I got full motivation on all my guys. Am I right?
Woo! Full motivation, even though you got a lot of high ranks with New Game Plus stuff.
Yeah, there's really no point in any kind of tutoring. It's just a matter of getting to each chapters as soon as possible. Every time I see a scene, it's just a matter of pressing plus, and if it doesn't work, spam A. Get through the scenes.
It's kind of interesting that these scenes introduce like, oh, you can just hold this button, skip through the dialogue. If you hold B, you can just skip through the dialogue really quickly. But mashing A and B, alternatively, is just so much faster.
Oh, you need to mash B as well?
Yeah, for whatever reason. I guess the game like takes them as separate skip inputs or something.
Oh,
And
that
if you
makes
just keep
sense.
alternating, then it just goes through so quickly.
That does make sense. If you're
It's
wondering,
annoying though, because you have to constantly mash instead of just hold a button or press plus.
Yeah, I guess I'll explain that thing later. Birthdays. I think early on I'm really good about like skipping birthdays, but later on, I do a couple of birthdays. Don't worry, I don't remember which, but I think I remember buying some birthday flowers by accident. Really stupid.
Boo!
I think this reclass is actually like unnecessary because I think you have the same amount of move no matter if you're like this or that, and I don't need reposition or anything.
You get a bit of extra. I think 10% HP, 5% charm, 5% dexterity.
Yeah. Doesn't seem worth the time loss.
Nah, it wouldn't be worth it.
Like reclass the Pegasus Knight, that would have been worth it.
I have a
So
request.
do
Oh, you
bit
definitely
faster
would,
here.
yeah.
Okay, so what I should have done here is just do the red quest and be done. But for some reason, I did a bunch of other stuff. Like, I was completely lost on what I should have done. And also, this way of walking around is kind of does not feel optimal.
I like how you just went around and walked somewhere and then just one round.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like you have to talk to Claude again. I remember now. Okay, now I'm like, okay, I'm done. I should just like, I think at some point I even pressed the menu button, like the X button, and I like you can see finish exploring the bottom left with like the L button, which indicates you can do it, and I just don't see it. I just keep on going, and I'm like, okay, I need to get to the cathedral. What's the fastest route again? Because once you have unlocked fast travel, you never walk around like this again. So
you don't walk around much, yeah. But
so
there are
like,
some cases where you have to unlock in order to fast travel there. But the second floor, you can fast travel there anyways for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I don't know where to go. I forgot where to go. I forgot where to go. Fuck.
I don't remember how to get there either because I always just warp there every playthrough.
Exactly. But the cathedral, I know for sure you don't have to go there. I'm like, okay, maybe I have to do this. I remember this quest.
Go there.
Yeah. So I'm like at some point I'm like halfway through unlocking the cooking thing when I realize, you know, I don't need to do this. Why am I doing this? But it takes me a little while, and it makes me feel very bad, and it makes me not want to upload this. But I'm gonna do it just because I love you guys.
I mean, like it's just a YOLO speedrun. I mean,
yeah.
You're not gonna know what you're doing, and that's perfectly fine. There's like a series that two of my online friends started, where every Thursday on the GDQ Twitch, they kind of just do a YOLO race of a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they like play around with the game for 8 hours beforehand, but then they kind of just YOLO it.
Okay. So
it's
but
pretty cool.
But it's the first time they touched the game at all, or the first time
For the
touching
most part, I
speedrun?
think. Like, they touch the game and play around with it just to make sure they know how to beat the game in 8 hours, and then they do like an actual YOLO race.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how the cathedral door works? Because I remember sometimes I like warp there or like walk there and it just doesn't open. until you, like...
after that cutscene, it's faster to just warp to the cathedral
Yeah.
because you don't have to walk there.
Makes sense.
I have something to ask.
I love this game, but performance-wise, it's not very good.
Some parts of it is a bit rough around the edges. Let's put it
Like
that
right
way.
now, I can't tell if the video feed is lagging itself or if it's just the game lagging. But then it's just the game lagging because I'm so used to running around zoomed in with less lag.
From what I can tell, there is no lag in the recording, but hey, that could be me.
Well.
I'm pretty sure this is like right after you told me to up the bitrate in OBS, so I can record better. So it shouldn't be too ugly, but I did turn it down to 720p, I think.
You did say that.
Because, you know, otherwise my OBS is like, nah, I ain't gonna do this shit, sorry. I ain't doing this shit. So yeah, like, at this point, my friend looks at my screen, he's like, what are you doing? I didn't do this. And I'm like, oh.
Well, I mean, you really want to learn how to cook, don't you?
Well, I mean, some people say the speed food is good, but hey, it can't be so good that I'm wasting like 5 minutes in the monastery doing it. So, I think at some point, sometime soon, yeah, okay, so I figure out I need to get this. Finish this quest and then you can just finish, right? You just, come on, press the menu button, do it. There we go, good boy.
Woo!
Good boy,
Congratulations.
Mekkah, you pressed end monastery. Good job. Hey,
Baby
tutoring.
speedrunner's first step.
Okay, so I think what I do here is like I make Lysithea get... I should make Lysithea... Okay, so in the new game route, you make Lysithea turn light magic here, I think, to get her to warp ASAP. If you're like Golden Deer. Yeah, there we go. But I didn't need to do this because it's New Game Plus, so I should have just bought the freaking warp with Lysithea right away when I was at my bed, and I just forgot about it. Like, just skip this auto-tutor or whatever. Teach. No, fuck off.
Teach.
Do you, like, the route, like, details what you have to press here, right? To make sure you don't get the heart or anything?
I'm beginning. It's fun when you.
The supports don't matter for all the routes in the vanilla game, like with no New Game Plus, except for Edelgard, because you have to have C plus support.
Oh, is that actually confirmed now?
It is actually C plus, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I haven't played with it, but a lot of other speedrunners were like messing with it, and it is C plus.
Makes sense, because the C plus is a pretty big reveal that, you know, kind of sets things in motion.
Yeah, so like there's like a bunch of notes that says, do not skip this cutscene because you have to pick this dialogue option with Edelgard to get support points or whatnot.
Yeah. Here's the forced auxiliary battle that you have to do. That's why we call it forced auxiliary battle. I think it's the only one you do ever in a speedrun.
It's the only one, yeah.
So it's just a matter of underplaying everyone. Thank God you can underplay Claude for this kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
So this one is just, I think both of me and my friend figured out pretty quickly. Like, yeah, you just put Beleth somewhere, and then enemies die, and you skip the enemy phases. Thank God for skipping enemy phases, though. It sucks to watch sometimes, but it's so nice.
Oh
for
yeah,
just going
it's
through
really
things
fun
fast.
to play.
Yeah.
And like that's the DS and 3DS Fire Emblems are fun to play. But as a viewer perspective, I don't blame people for being like, why am I staring at a black screen half the time?
Skipping the signs.
Skipping ...
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think it's so? There's an enemy right next to you. Do you just always end
Another
turn
step.
generally, or do you like attack him? Because I feel like if you
think
attack a
you
player
just
face,
end
it takes so much time because you see the attack and everything. You have to skip that shit. I love skipping.
Yeah, usually
on.
I just end
Minus. There, there we go.
I think the speedrun route you put Spyless on like one up, one left from where you are right now, but I don't remember off the top of my head because I don't speedrun normal classic. I've been actually routing this meme category where my goal is to beat every chapter, including the paralogs, at least once. It's a dumb thing I kind of want to route for fun, but it's kind of like a similar, silly completionist-ish category. And I only wanted to do it because I want an excuse to do the route paralogs because those sound fun to route. Because, like, honestly, this game doesn't have that many route chapters.
No.
And, like, I kind of miss that.
Kill boss, kill boss. And sometimes kill bosses.
I kind of wish they had, like, a route chapter here and sprinkled here or there to force some extra variety. Or defeat all commanders, those two. Like, I really like those objectives.
Things you never thought you'd hear. Yeah, okay, so from here on out, it's like, I think it's pretty important that I press automatically, because otherwise, shit goes...
Oh, yeah, you would lose a lot of time.
You know, sometimes I wish you could, like, not make yourself MVP so people wouldn't have motivation, they wouldn't get through all this bullshit all the time. Well, I guess they still do that
It can't really
shit.
be helped, yeah.
Yeah. I actually already plan at this point to kill my students as soon as I can, just to get rid of that shit. But
yeah, it's so sad when you do.
Didn't
but
go
like,
as planned, let me put it that way. But plus side, I am level 10 for Pegasus Knight, so I can fly.
You can break this chapter so easily if you have a Pegasus Knight Byleth and Stride.
Yeah. I
If
don't
you
think I
already
have
have-
unlocked the battalions yet, but I should have my battalions from the previous game, so I should have probably
you already
used Stride at
already
this
do.
point. But my friend actually kind of refused to use Stride because it's just an extra guy you need to move, and he felt like it's probably about as slow as just taking an extra turn, so he just never used Stride. And I saw gave Stride to Claude.
You gotta use Stride. It's so important. Like a lot of strides rely on half Stride,
shit,
both
about
your
flowers.
dancer and Byleth, and then move Byleth, dance Byleth, and move like another 10 tiles again.
Okay, fair enough, but we didn't get a dancer either.
Yeah.
We were like, I considered getting a dancer, decided not to because it took a long time, and I felt like it's only good if you know when you need to dance and when it's better to not dance. Whereas my friend was like, no, it's too slow, not doing it. Like when I like remotely suggested using a dancer, he like laughed at me. He's like, no, that's bad.
You always get a dancer though. Like dancer just saves so much time.
I remember Dancer Flame from like a new game route.
Yeah, it's usually Flame because she has a high base charm and she joins kind of late enough-ish to have a high base charm. So.
Yeah. So I think what I did is like, again, based on the new game route, which is like unnecessary, but I underplayed the city and planned to like suicide everyone else I could, so they wouldn't like give me all the dialogue pop-ups and
Stay
everything.
focused.
Yeah, like a lot of people kept asking, like, why not?
Ready and
Is it
willing.
okay to speedrun this in casual mode? Wouldn't it be faster to run in casual mode? I'm like, no, actually, because
And
you
they have to
actually
die
want
over and
kill off
over and
everyone.
over.
Yeah, it will be a lot slower to speedrun
Yeah.
on casual mode for basically any Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I think I shouldn't even have bothered moving them forward, but I just wanted to make sure they would get attacked and die.
I don't blame you.
Let's get to it.
But this is why you don't want to move. Like, this is why you only train one unit. Well, besides the fact that snowballing is so powerful, it's like moving units takes so much time, especially if you're bad at menuing like I am.
Or just use auto battle.
So my thoughts here were like, avoid the Gambit guy and maybe try to avoid the Archer, but I just put him in Archer range anyway because I'm YOLO like that. I even attack instead of using Arc Stance, which is a big mistake on my part.
Oh, well, your Byleth's probably bulky enough.
Bulk-wise, bulk is her worst part, but the speed and strength are looking really good because Lorenz is dead.
Careful now.
So I broke my Iron Lance in this
Oh,
phase.
that is so annoying. Like when you break your weapon in the middle of enemy phase.
Yeah,
you
but
put the
I
broken
did
weapon.
I did
I'm like,
prepare for it
why?
by buying other shit though. Okay, Marianne dead. Sorry. And now it's like time to heal up. So I even go force and dismount, which might be a bit overkill. But
Better to be safe than sorry.
yeah, well, I mean, at this point we had Divine Pulse, so it's okay to like take risks every now and then, but it still takes a bit of time, and you might want to save your Divine Pulses for later. I think I was by Hilda. So doing okay and
I
killing off
missed it.
people. Like, one of the reasons is it's not just about skipping the dialogues and everything. Oh, Marianne's actually alive. Oh, I remember now. They have dialogues when they kill people, so they actually killed the enemies.
Stay
They
focused.
came to them somehow. I should have.
Oh, you didn't unequip everyone.
Yeah, I
else.
should have unequipped
Dang,
them. That was my mistake.
Oh well, it's easy to overlook that.
But yeah, it's not just skipping the dialogue, but also not having to undeploy them every single map is also nice.
Yeah, and in a lot of maps, sometimes you want to avoid just going into the undeployment menu. Period. Even if you have a bunch of units. So.
Yeah. But like, imagine
Just
how
hit
much
start
faster the
and
prep
go.
menu is if you don't have to go in any menu at all. You just go. It's super fast.
Yeah, and like that's really a big difference between speedruns and LTCs. Like LTCs, you can have all the time you can to do as much prep as you want, and you actually kind of want to train a lot.
Broke
of units
another
to do.
weapon.
I like how
I
you're
did survive a
crazy
hit
regarding
there.
this.
Yeah. If it cost us. At 19 strength though, it's pretty insane.
That's pretty good. I think your strength goes to 45%.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
might
it's
be.
45%.
I think it's like slightly above average because his base is like 13, or her base, I should say.
Her base is 14 strength. So
14?
yeah, it's
okay.
14. I believe it's 14.
Okay.
13, 14. I don't remember.
Yeah,
off the top
there
of my
might
head.
be like a class change bonus from like base.
I know
to
Pegasus Knight doesn't give one, but
Okay.
Falcon Knight does.
Okay, fair enough. My
Falcon
plan is to
Knight's
go
just-
Wyvern
it's
though.
a
'cause
ridiculous
I wouldn't have bought Axis A if I wasn't planning on going Wyvern Rider. My friend, however, planned to go Falcon Knight.
Oh, Falcon Knight is really estimated. I feel like. I mean, it's still such a good class. I'd put it on the same tier as Wyvern Lord, honestly.
I mean, they both have pretty much the same perks.
They're both basically the same. Yeah.
Yeah, my friend was like, I'm only gonna focus on swords, and that's why Falcon Knight is the best. And also, he just wanted like high dexterity and speed. He told me like, if my bullet doesn't double, it's like much less damage. And it was like fair logic. I just wanted Wyvern because
Yeah,
that was
fair.
what my old bullet was. So I was like, whatever, Wyvern best. I
And,
think
like,
at this
the
point,
main reason you go Wyvern would be if you want to get an advanced class, because Pegasus Knight only has 6 move, and then Wyvern Rider has 7, and then 8.
yeah, I just want to make sure you guys know I did not forget what an A button is or like how to press it. At this point, I think I was sitting on the left looking at the left screen or right screen, I don't remember. And my friend was on the other side, but my Switch was also on the other side of my desk. I was like, let's switch places because I'm afraid I'll pull the cord of my
Let's switch
USB
places. Aha!
cord. I was afraid I pulled my Switch off my desk. So we took some time to switch our places here. And we're still doing that here. I just like cheated an extra dialogue here while we're switching places. I think I took some time
Cheater.
to get water and stuff. But yeah, as long as we're both pausing, it's fine to have a pause. But this is like the only pause in the thing.
It's not like this is like a super serious race, like 5 seconds. is
No,
not really
this is
gonna make a
this is the
difference.
least serious race that I've ever
Yeah, I
seen.
know. And honestly, those are the most fun races. Just silly races like that.
Yeah, I actually I might as well elaborate on this. So I could have had 2 microphones and like had my friend and I commentate, but since we weren't speaking English at the time and not many of my viewers speak Dutch, I figured it's easier. Also, it was like mostly just us trash talking and me panicking a lot, pretty embarrassing.
mean,
so I thought post
is it
commentary
any
was more
different?
fitting. Yeah.
Is it any different with you and Manx?
Not really, but at least there it's just making fun of Mangs instead of making fun of me, which doesn't hurt my fragile ego, so that helps. But that's why this is not live commentary, because the friend I raced with is like not. I mean, his English is actually pretty good, but I didn't think he would be up for it, so we went with this.
Man,
setup instead.
you're really taking it home, aren't you? With the
Yeah,
home
I'm
menus.
really taking it home. I don't know what I'm doing here. I distinctly remember at one point during the race, I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. He's like, well, should have planned it out. Should have planned better.
Mekkah bad at planning. What is this? Didn't plan around his bathroom breaks. So like, okay, this is kind of off topic, but sort of on topic, sort of off topic. But I don't know how familiar you are with Final Fantasy.
Not
But
at all.
The Final Fantasy X speedrun is like 9 or 10 hours because most of the cutscenes are unskippable. But
Oh,
there's
God.
the one cutscene where the 2 main characters making out, and it's like a 10-minute unskippable thing. So one of the runners became famous for literally taking a shower during that cutscene.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh yeah,
That's
and then
good.
this is the same category was also ran at this RPG limit break, and when that cutscene played, everyone on the couch just left the room for like 5 minutes. I think I went in to take a picture of it and I tweeted it. It was so hilarious.
Quality commentary right here.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what's taking us so long switching this up. I think I might have also like tried to switch over our monitors. Oh, I do remember. Okay, so also, I'm not sure about this. It might have been possible that also we like switched turns from like being on a monitor, because I only had one monitor that could have broadcasted the Switch basically, and the other person was stuck playing on a tablet. I think until then he was playing on the tablet, and then we switched to me playing on the tablet, something like that. That might have been the case. Anyway, this is when I realized, hey, the Cynthia actually needs warp rank, so let's just. I was pretty sure she had like C or B, but I just went with A because I wasn't sure. And I had like plenty of renown for that anyway.
That's to play it safe.
Yeah. Although I could have like gone up to C, and then like if she doesn't get warp, I can buy more. I don't think that costs any extra, and I could have bought something else. I don't know what else I would even need though.
It's either 400 or 500 per skill level, and it's the other one for like each support level. I
Yeah.
don't remember off the top of my head.
Hey, cooking! Yay! I completed the quest. I mean, I went through all the trouble of collecting the books. Might as well complete the freaking quest, right?
Might as well start cooking.
I really only fast
Build
travel
out
here because the
support.
red quests seem to be nearby here. I think this is when you unlock battalions.
Yeah, you. I think you have to do this one if you enter
Yeah.
the
You
monastery,
actually
but
don't
you
have
want to do it
access-
anyways because you
Yeah.
want the battalion guild.
Yeah, you can't do anything with your battalions unless you unlock this quest, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you can in New Game Plus. You can assign battalions that you already have. You just can't replenish or hire. Any
Oh,
new
right.
ones.
I remember now. Yeah. You can't. Yeah, you can't replenish the ones you have. That's the most annoying part, I think.
All this time, I thought battalion renewal, like let your battalion renew, like it was renewal for your battalion.
Oh,
but
I thought that was what it was when I first saw it because there was no way
I thought
to
so
do it.
too, and I'm like, that actually sounds pretty good. I mean, just convenient, not amazing, but convenient. And then I learned that no, it's just renewal on the character
Yeah.
if the battalion's low on HP, and I'm like, oh, that's.
Yeah, so I'm in New Game Plus, so I should have the battalions that I just bought already in my file. But for some reason, I thought I had to buy them, but I had to go to
Oh,
this
you
guy
know-
anyway to unlock the quest, so it didn't really cost me that much extra time.
You know what's broken about New Game Plus?
Starting to.
Bringing blue line dancers and opera
Oh
co-volunteers.
yeah.
Like you have like 2 multi dancers, and it's even if they can only use it once, it's just so broken.
For sure.
Experience? I think I get it. I think
I think I get it. You guys should
I-
all
I
be
think I get
dead.
it. I think I
Fuck
get it.
off. You should
Wait,
all
do you
be
think you got
dead. Gee, Archibald, do you think you get the point? Okay, so I'm trying to remember like how do I skip again, and I remember. But my friend actually had to ask me, so like there was actually a point where he's like he couldn't do anything because he was like asking me like, hey, how do I skip to the next date? And I was like, well, should have planned better. And then I told him
should've
because I'm
planned
not an
better.
asshole.
Oh, you didn't get Flower Saddleguard comment
Not as hard as
section
I
raging.
Yeah, sad life.
Sad.
I don't think. Do you even get like a heart if you do it? I don't remember. I think
You
you
do.
Yeah.
Someone like data mined everything about how supports work. Like
I saw
I
that.
DM'd you about that support exploit where I thought you could just buy S support, but if you got an A support with the character, but it was kind of a weird exploit with how the support points build up that carry over, and then if you gender swap Violet, then the game just thinks you have maximum support points with that unit.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Good times. Good times.
So I thought I found it, and I thought I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get S support with everyone pretty easily in one playthrough, which you still kind of can, but I was wrong about that. There's this Master Seren's Forest post about it somewhere.
Yeah, at this point I realized like I want to rearrange my inventory, so I just store everything and then buy new items instead of having these broken weapons stay around. It felt fast, but it's still like improvisation. So once you like dedicate to a certain plan, the worst you can do, I feel like, is back out of that plan and do something else. And that's like a really
pretty
big
much.
waste
Unless
of
it's
time.
like really bad,
Yeah.
but
But this is
if you're
literally me
improvising,
buying
might
shit on the
fit.
fly, and I didn't remember I have like healing items in my convoys, so I wasn't worrying about buying those. I know
Oh,
what
if
I'm
you include
doing here.
all your other students' inventories, you have like 10 vulneraries.
Yeah, I still put it on myself apparently for some reason. I don't know why I bought the 11 sword. That one's really not that good. And I'm getting Sword of Creator next chapter.
Story Creator is just so nice
Yeah.
because it's only 20 uses it, but it's really powerful, and it gets replenished because you just
Yeah.
skip every month.
Yeah,
So
I definitely
you don't
use
have to
Sword
be
Creator a
conservative
lot.
with it.
Which is another reason why I think my friend had the right idea of just focusing on swords instead of the
Yeah,
weird
but-
switch between lances and swords that I keep doing here.
I think the speedrun route for the church route, which was just recently done, by the way, basically focuses on a flying
Okay,
Byleth.
sorry, hold on. So this is when I realized, hey, Lysithia's warp range is really shit. Why did I bother? And this is when I realized Lysithia warp bad, and I just ditch it completely, which is a big mistake, because after this we watched the whole Gold Year speedrun and we realized, wait, it's actually really... Oh, and I die. There's an archer there, and I think he just kills me. And then I realized, wow, it's so bad I just need to reset, which is also dumb, because it should have just Divine Pulse back to the start instead of this. I don't know why I reset. I guess I just thought I needed Divine Pulse, but use it for later.
I mean, it's easy to like right on in the moment where you just
Yeah.
kind of impulsively reset because something went wrong, and then 1 second later you're like, oh crap. I shouldn't
Yeah,
have done that.
because I think it's New Game Plus. I should have like 5 uses at least, so this was really dumb. Really time wasting reset. I'm still way behind my friend, but my friend at this point forgot that you had to kill the Dark Mage to finish. So he
Oh,
just
yeah,
flew
you
across.
do.
He flew across the whole map to like Leonardo's spot, and he realized he isn't there. So he had to fly back and find the mage.
I actually never realized that until, and I didn't know that, and I didn't do any speedrun routing for the game until Mangs' video was when he was playing around with this chapter and was like, huh, I wonder what happens if you go to the boss's tile.
Oh,
And then,
oh, is this?
And then,
Is that
like-
his Blue Lions playthrough?
yeah, it was his Blue Lines playthrough,
Oh, okay.
and then like Leonardo gets kind of shoved aside into a horse or something. It's kind of funny.
That's funny. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull Lysithia again so she doesn't die in case warp is important later, and I still like, try to get everyone else killed. But I think Catherine just like fends everyone off, so it doesn't really happen.
You think we're just
I want to also underplayed Claude so I wouldn't die. For some reason, Claude isn't forced in this chapter. But yeah, now I'm just tackling it more carefully, like trying to feel where the archers are. I wish you could like Fortune and Kanto to somewhere, but you can't in this game for some reason. It's stupid.
And
because I get hurt, I like have Marianne heal
You
me.
can't cancel after items,
Yeah.
but you can after attacking or trading.
Yeah, it's like
It's like the opposite of FP4
Yeah.
Kanto.
opposite day in Fotland. Yeah, I figured I'm safe with like Lord Stance and I still get hit by the archer, which is stupid. But it does have like it doesn't have plus, he just has Lord Stance, so it's not like invincible.
15
but,
avoid, I think. It's either 10 or 15.
yeah, and I still die. Fucking archers, dude. So annoying.
At
But
least
yeah,
you
6
didn't
charges
reset.
left. Yeah, so I should just not reset. For sure. But yeah, I just fly back again, get Marianne to heal me again. I mean, I tried to kill her, and then I just told her to heal her, just kind of savage, but hey. Work for me, Marianne.
Stay focused.
I guess Catherine takes care of some enemies anyway, so they still get out of my way no matter how long I take. And since I'm sleeping phases, it really doesn't matter who kills them. I guess it's less the XP for Bless, but whatever.
It's whatever.
And I can see Dark Mage, but it's,
This is our.
it's
so
mist
dodgy.
time.
It's in the forest.
It's
Ugh.
mist time.
I
65
think the
hit.
routes use gauntlets because you would quadruple him, so it's not too big of a deal since you have
Oh,
4
I remember,
chances to
yeah.
hit twice.
I saw that. Like, I think that was a pretty recent change, because I don't remember them using gauntlets before, but for some reason the route used like a lot of gauntlets now.
You use gauntlets pretty often in part 1.
Yeah. Okay, so, kill the guy, get the cutscene, and El Lonato appears. And now the next thing that worries me is like those 3 guys near Lonato that all have battalions and they like to use
Oh,
gambits
they're
on you.
annoying. I mean, you can kind of go around to the left
Yeah.
without worrying too much, but
Yeah, my plan was to go around to the north instead, which is not the cleverest use of my flights, but this is again what happens when you plan on the fly. Or rather, don't plan, but you just
have
play
a
on the
plan.
fly. Yeah. Like, I want to use a gambit to like stop him in one hand, but on the other hand, I like just want to kill him or something. I don't remember what my idea was here. All I knew was I do not want to face Lonato while these guys are alive. I remember what happened. So I thought I bought Claude's battalion that he gets in part 2, the one that's like...
Immortal Corpse, I think.
Yeah, but
So good.
I saw Golden Deer, I was like, hey, that must be it. Rip it nuts. And then it turns out I just have like a random Wyvern battalion that has assault troops, so...
I mean, it's still a good one, to be fair. But
It's alright, but
yeah,
I just-
no, you might as well just go to Immortal
But like,
Corpse.
imagine if I had Immortal Corpse, I would have just murdered all 3 of these. Instead I murdered one guy. And I have to like, I take them on one by one for some reason.
It's so good, and it's also only C rank.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So here,
Zenith also has one called like
yeah.
Keyhole.
Yeah, Keyhole Wyvern troop. What I did
Yeah, those
here
are really
was-
good too.
Sorry to cut you off, but
Go for it.
I assault trooped the guy in front of Lonato, and that also hit Lonato because it's like it has like 4 range, that battalion.
Oh, right.
And then I put myself in front of Lonato so that he wouldn't use a gambit on me, because that was the other thing I was afraid of. It's like him using his gambit on me. But because he's gambited, he can't gambit me, and so he has to like attack me, and then I kill him on player phase. I was sort of proud of that part, and it's the only part of the whole run I'm proud of. So it was important enough to interrupt.
That was pretty clever. Something I really like about this game, though, is, I mean, both like and dislike, is that enemies have battalions, which means that you kind of have to player phase them. You can't just like throw a unit
Yeah.
there to snowball them, and
Yeah.
that's really big in Chapter 7 because all the student enemy units have battalions, so you can't just try to kill them in enemy phase usually.
Yeah, you're talking about the Gronderfield battle, right?
Gronderfield, yeah.
Yeah.
Gronderfield.
Yeah, generally just enemies with battalions are like great against all the things that are broken in Fire Emblem before, like walking around in a big group of enemies or like group of player units that just wall each other off. Gambits break through that pretty easily, and then
Like,
just
this
generally
game is
soloing
surprisingly
is hurt by
turf-based
gambits.
oriented.
Yeah. Great.
Well, I mean, not as much in normal difficulty, but
There you go, Casper. Get some flowers. Get some wasted.
thanks,
gold.
Professor.
That's not Casper's voice.
I don't mind his voice, but it's just kind of amuses me. He has a support where he goes, "Excuse me."
Oh. I wonder what date
I
I'm
was like,
supposed to
I feel
go
like-
to.
I feel like that's a reference.
What's my
an
date?
intentional
Help.
reference.
No, never mind. Let's explore. Why am I exploring? I don't know.
What are you exploring?
I really don't know. I don't remember why I explored. I guess I thought this is the flame month, and I thought I had to do it, and I didn't. I don't know.
Oh dear, please don't tell me you did the red quest because that one sucks.
Pretty sure I don't do this whole fucking quest.
Because it takes forever.
Yeah,
You should also
I know
I
my
don't think you
friend.
have to do any more red quests.
I think
anymore
my
at this
friend
point.
did this quest, and I'm like, okay, I did this. Never mind. We're not doing this shit. I'm out of here. I'm not doing this shit.
Light bulb. Oh,
Yeah.
I can press the L button here. It's
Yeah.
useless.
Well,
Professor.
that's the thing. If you in normal gameplay, when you use all your activity points, the option to press L pops up when you're walking around, so you see it pretty quickly. But when you're in the menu, you can press L to stop exploring as long as you don't like have to like finish any requests.
Mhm.
But I only figured this out like very shortly before this. But the drawback of not doing the skip thing is that I had to like manually skip the tutorials and everything. But I decided to take my time to like get Immortal Corpse here because I really want it. I just can't find it right now. I think it's C rank. So come on, Mekkah, you can find it. Immortal Corpses. There we go. There it is. Get it. There we go. There we go. Good job, Mekkah. You did it.
I missed it. Was it capped?
What do you mean capped? Oh, I'm pretty sure
level
it
5.
is. I mean,
it's easy for them to hit level 5. So
yeah, I mean, I used it in my Let's Play on Claude, and he did like a lot of shit, so it better be capped.
I'm sure you did.
It better be capped.
Professor.
It's kind of interesting how they balance the Lord battalion. So
Yeah.
like Dimitri's like easily the best one offensively, but you actually lose a void out of it. And Edelgard's is like really well rounded, whereas Claude's is for flyers.
So I was kind of mad at the whole students being alive or dead thing, because I planned beforehand to kill them off in chapter 1, and I didn't manage to because they survived somehow. I tried again to kill them off last chapter, didn't work because they somehow survived again. My friend accidentally killed them off at some point, and he was like, "Well, I killed them off, so clever of me." I'm like, "Fuck you! I was planning this from the beginning." Stop rubbing it in.
He was Mangstratting it.
It's like when I was like a kid, I was like collecting Pokemon cards, and at one point I had like the goal of collecting all the normal rares, not the holo rares, but just the 5 normal rares from like the first set or something. And like I traded with my friend for like one of them for one of mine. It was kind of pointless. And then at some point my friend was like, "Yeah, I have all the normal ones." I was like, "No, you bitch! I was saving for those. Why did you beat me to it?" That was the kind of feeling I had. But yeah,
Ooh,
let's try again to kill off my units. Maybe it will work. But,
I mean, the Death Knight's right there, so how hard could it be, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Leave it to
So
me.
this is when I feel like you get some miles out of
Stay
stride,
focused.
because I could just sort of pass by most enemies. Do not want to end up in front of the Death Knight though. I just had to kill the archer because he hurts, and they just fly up. But speedruns at this point just use like a walking breath, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have New Game Plus, and you don't really have any classes available. I think you do Myrmidon the Mercenary because it's just really convenient since Byleth normally specializes in swords, and then you get a strength bonus from the growth rates.
Yeah, Rip Leone. And my friend got gambited by one of these enemies, and I laughed my ass off when it happened. He got hit so badly by these guys. But there we go, kill boss, easy. Finally, a chapter I'm happy
What was
with.
this? Like a 3-turn?
Yeah, I think so. Like I remember being one
if you
tile
didn't
short.
pre-plan it, it seems reasonable. So
I remember being one turn short of reaching, or like one tile short of reaching the boss in turn 2.
that's the worst. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I could have played this 1 turn earlier.
It's especially
But I'm
bad
one tile short.
because my friend had move +1, but I think at this point he forgot to equip it when he was like managing his skills, which I was very happy about because it was one of the things I was fearing the most. He would just like save him on a ton of turns with move +1. I think the next one is the other Death Knight one, the one in the tombs, the cellar.
What? No, it's a tower. Miquelon's chapter.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it might
it's
be.
Miquelon's
Yeah, you might
chapter.
be right. Yeah. But this is the one where you won't warp. But at this point, I've given up on warp because my city had like no magic, and apparently it's like range is magic divided by 5 or by 10 or something.
It's divided by 4.
Oh, by 4, whatever, same thing. Either way, I thought it was too little, so it's like, okay, never mind. Warp sucks. Let's not do it. But like, do you need +1 range on her to?
No, you can make it with at most 3 range. I don't know if you can make it with 2 range.
Okay,
3
but
range can make it.
do you need to level up magic
can't-
on her? Is basically my question.
Thank you.
I think you just. I think the speedruns just auto level her. I don't remember off the top of my head since I didn't run the vanilla
Okay, but it's
routes.
Golden Deer, so you can't really auto level her, can you?
I mean, you rely on time skip to auto level her. I think.
Oh
could
yeah,
be
but
remembering
this
wrong,
is
though.
like, but then for like this chapter, and I'm pretty sure the.
Oh, you do not have warp at this point. No.
I remember
don't.
seeing a warp.
I think you use Manuela with warp a lot because it's a lot easier to get her to warp range.
I'm pretty sure I saw a run where the person warped in this chapter with Lysithia.
That might have been me.
Uh,
Because New Game Plus.
No, it was definitely not. I definitely checked New Game. Weird, because I remember you move the units up to the upper wall from where you start, and then wait a turn so that Lysithia only has to warp you like a couple tiles.
It does sound like me actually. Let me
no,
double check. I'm curious. I'm gonna open up Claris's run, which by the way, Claris is another speedrunner. She's not really known for Metroid, but she got addicted to this game and has the record in all 4 routes. Because she just kind of went in.
Not bad. I did pick the number 1 route at one point, but this one that was when we so what happened was we played the game for like a lot of time, And then afterwards, we just went to get dinner, and then we watched a bit of speedrun while eating. That's basically what happened. My life is Fire Emblem. Okay, so Sword of Creator, yay, super good. I was really scared of this chapter though, because the monster boss was pretty tough.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. At least the Golden Deer of Speedrun does use Lysithea. It uses her to warp Catherine up.
Okay.
Stay focused.
Yeah, I don't have Catherine at this point. I think you have to like support her to. Oh, that's right. You need like an extra
I
monastery.
think it's level
too.
15.
Yeah. Level 15 is doable considering I'm level 16 right now. But we both flew around all the way. We didn't have like a really high range warp. In hindsight, maybe there was a way because I think Monastery had either 2 or 3 range with warp, and I think 3 range might be enough to get up there somehow.
I looked at it again in the speedrun. 2 range should be enough. Actually.
Oh damn! So I could have saved so much time here.
Yeah.
Oh well, flying around is not that slow.
Oh, we haven't gone
though.
to home in a while.
Yeah.
We must be homesick.
I was feeling homesick. I'm glad I find my own jokes funny at least.
I think some people were like really concerned about trying to get the accuracy ring by the knight in the corner because like he has a gambit and he's an armor knight. But then people realized, at least I think Claris realized that you can just gambit the knight and actually not really that out of the way. And then to get the accuracy ring. And you want accuracy in the speedrun because, yeah. Plus an hit makes a big difference. Did you just gambit them through the wall?
Yeah, I gambited an archer hoping that it would aggro Mekkah into walking towards me. Because I remember he does that sometimes if you like.
It doesn't happen in normal. It's been confirmed that it happens in hard. I don't know what triggers it specifically, but we know it just doesn't happen in normal.
I know it happened to me on my first Let's Play of
it did.
Deer, and it didn't to Mangs.
It didn't happen to Mangs.
I think it's because I like aggroed the right archers or something.
It does have something to do with the archers, I believe, but I haven't played with it myself because who runs hard mode?
You know how maddening that if you don't kill off Gilbert, he aggroes the archers and everything moves towards you and you're fucked. Because that happened to me. It's maddening.
Oh, I can believe it. I really want to play maddening.
It is maddening, but it's also fun. It's weird. It's like addictive in a way. It's like you turn it off in rage and then 10 minutes later you're back playing it again. It's fun.
That kind of sounds like me when I'm playing FE12 Lunatic. Like before this game came out, I started playing FE12 Lunatic and I'm like 2/3 of the way through. Pretty fun, but there are times where I'm like, ugh.
This chapter on maddening though, not fun. Not at all. You're gonna hate this one.
I'm not a fan of this chapter, honestly. Just because it's another winding corridor one with.
Yeah.
I mean, when the action happens, it's really fun, but.
Yeah.
Only like half the time. It's not as bad as say like FE6 chapter 8.
I like how when you attack Mekkah at range, he doesn't even counter, he just takes damage from his Lands of Ruin anyway.
I know!
He also doesn't move
it took
on
me
normal mode,
forever
which
to
is
understand how that worked.
He's like, I'm just gonna stand there while you javelin me to death. Just chill. I'm speed. 21 strength, boys.
Pretty strong.
Okay, so
Buff pilot.
So from my Ballet solo, I know that's like pretty tough to beat monsters when you're like one unit and you can't ever like break barriers properly, but you can like have an enemy phase you and you break like one of the tiles and then I think you can hit their weak points basically. But I started with a gambit. I don't know why. I guess it just does a lot of damage. But I think this one still moves around even if you gambit him.
Yeah, gambits only make that unit, well, monster, aggro, whoever used to gambit.
Yeah. I think this turn alright, it's monsters, right? This turn I decided to try out the combat art, I think. Because I was hoping it would do more damage, but it wasn't really that great of an option. It should just attack, because it has like more crit chance, so you double.
Yeah, I think in this situation it might have been nice to just equip the Sword of the Creator for 1 to 2 range.
Yeah. I mean, I am using Sword of the Creator.
Well, now you are, yeah.
But I just, like, the difference was I used the combat art on player face instead of just attacking with it.
Gilbert's still alive. How is
yeah?
Okay, never mind.
It was actually kind of annoying because he kept like wasting time and shit. I think he like lets the monster activate more things. I don't remember exactly what he did, but
he can be helpful sometimes, but more annoying than not. Because sometimes the monster will be at like 5 HP, and then Gilbert just finishes off the health bar for you. So
that is
kind of nice.
Okay, man. This was. I cannot emphasize enough how much adrenaline goes through you when you're like racing against someone and you're like you're spamming buttons and everything, and half the time you're going to the home menu and you're like, fuck, stop, keep going.
I just made this mistake. I made another home menu mistake.
Oh, you're gonna love one part in particular that's like really, 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 really annoying to watch, but also really funny.
Oh dear.
But that will come up later. The next chapter is the Death Knight one, right?
Next one is the Death Knight chapter. What do you do? How do you handle this one? Oh, actually, don't spoil it for me. I'm curious to see.
I am a pretty big fan of how
enough.
you can go, hey, sit that I will find your sister, don't worry. You just like explore the monastery for 10 hours, or you just skip the whole thing, or that kind of shit. It's a great calendar. It's very immersive. One thing I do like about having Professor level A+ is you get a lot of gold, so I could buy whatever the hell I want. But I still don't think I should have gotten A+.
It wouldn't have mattered. Like, you still get so much gold in the long run, because, well, I guess in your case, since you're YOLOing it, you do need more gold.
Yeah.
But in a proper route, you already have so much gold without Professor level.
Oh, I actually have enough levels for Wyvern already. So yay, level 20 Wyvern Boleth in Death Knight chapter. It gives me like 1 point a move. It's nice.
A new path.
Yeah, some funny thing. When I was writing New Game Plus DLC stuff, you know how your stat goes up to the class's base stat when you get certified?
Yeah.
And 12 defense is like exactly average for a pilot's defense at level 20.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, oh, well, if my pilot got defense screwed, it'll just put me up to average. That's convenient. Oh, no Catherine?
No, Catherine could just fuck off. I didn't recruit her. I know she's very good in the speedrun though.
I see.
She's really useful. Thunderband, good base stats at the time. I think an old strat for this chapter was to warp Catherine into the Death Knight room and then have her one-on-one him.
Mm-hmm.
It can go horribly wrong though.
Yeah.
But there's been like a new strat found where, recently new strat found where you go out of your way to recruit Shamir, you go out of your way to have Annette assist you, and then you have Shamir repeatedly curve shot Death Knights at 4 range while healing and rallying her.
Oh, that's funny.
It's actually really fast.
That's cute.
And mostly reliable.
Wait, the Death Knight, but doesn't he counterattack?
He does, but like he can only kill Shamir if he crits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty weak then. Is that
he doubles her unless she's rallied, and at that time, Annette gives her. I don't remember if Annette has rally speed or not, but she does give like rally res, rally strength, which is how she can actually do good damage to Death Knight.
Yeah, I think I was looking for Night Kneeler in my combat arts, but I didn't have it. I decided to just go with what I had. I remember the Death Knight is like, he's intimidating and everything, he can crit people, but I thought he could handle it. I just gave myself Darting Blow. So I think I unlocked
Darting
the
Blow
last
is so
chapter.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really that good in normal because you don't need it, but...
Yeah. I mean, just for people who aren't sure why I have 20 uses on the Sword of Creator again, when you skip on the calendar, because I don't think many people do that in normal gameplay. You skip on the calendar, the game makes you rest and auto tutor. And rest restores the Sword of Creator by 5 uses every time you do it. So the Sword of Creator is pretty much the most important weapon for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
1 to range is just too good.
I really like the concept of seminars and rest, honestly. I mean, like,
yeah,
sure, in terms of like in-game time, it is not very efficient, but it's also a really nice option for, okay, I don't want to mess with the monastery stuff, but I do want to raise my units in this area, so I'm just going to do this lazy option.
Monastery is just too broken, honestly. So in this chapter, you have to like open a couple doors, and I didn't want to like spend time in like digging through my convo for door keys, so I decided I had some trouble deciding what to keep around sometimes in favor of door keys, but in the end, I still have to dig through it at least once, I think. But you have to open this door, and then I think the door to the Death Knight. And I was hoping there would be another enemy dropping a door key, which I think there is. But I think actually I'm good on door keys.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
No, wait, never mind. I need another one. I forgot that. There was one door I opened before. I need to open another one. What am I doing? I need a door key. I think I think halfway through I forgot I needed a door key. I just grabbed a concoction. I was like, oh, I'm hurt. I remember my friend was still significantly faster in this chapter for some reason. I don't know why. But there's going to be a chapter later on where my friend struggled so hard and let me catch up so good. And it was so fun. So fun to watch him struggle. Work through these enemies. I think that guy used the gambit and missed me or something.
Was it fun to watch or frustrating to watch?
It was really fun to watch him struggle because I knew it would be a struggle because I did my Ballet solo on the church route. So I knew what I was in for. But it's post-time skip. It's not this chapter. Yeah. Okay, I'm just like generally when I see an archer, I'm just more tempted to kill them than like do anything else. In fact, I think I kill every enemy here just so I can take on a Death Knight in peace.
Rah!
Ra's on the floor right here somewhere. Apparently, if you zoom in, you can like see her lying on the floor.
Can you see her lying on the floor here?
That's what someone said. Because she's like kidnapped in this chapter, right?
She is kidnapped in this chapter. Yeah. Maybe if you zoom in, you could see her when you
Yeah,
walk around.
someone
Not
said
sure.
you could. I thought it was you who told me that, but maybe it's someone else.
Nah, it wasn't me. I
Uh.
never heard of it until now.
It wasn't me.
Such
I think maybe it was Helios then.
Might have been Helios.
Okay, so
Oh, it's such a coincidence that Helios and I both know you, and we also came from the same school.
oh yeah, you went to like the same school or something, right?
Yeah, we went to the same college.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so Death Knight kills me if he crits. But I think, yeah, I think I heal and then attack. And like make him Susan enemy face. Because like, you can wait in front of him to get the avoid bonus, but he also has like some skill that gives him +20 hit on player face. So there's no real point, I think. What I could have done, I guess, is like dismount and then take advantage of the avoid tiles. I guess if you really want to kill him normally, you like turn off the avoid tiles.
Oh
Yeah, my levels are
God.
so good. So good.
Oh my god.
I-
I think Claire's had an attempt where her Byleth hit level 20 with only 3 strength procs.
Correct.
Yeah, and she was just like, oh, seriously.
Saving his heart, guys. Trust.
I mean, it's bound to happen eventually. Like, that's the thing. Like, once you've run the game so many times, you're gonna get crappy Byleth
Yeah,
at some time.
you get the craziest shit. It's like when people like go through the battle
Professor.
tower in Pokemon and shit. You get the craziest shit. Oh, this is one you
Confirmation
can't
bias
skip,
is
yeah.
strong. Yeah, this is the cutscene I was talking about earlier. Like, you can't skip this. You have to just
Yeah.
smash through it.
If enemy,
Yeah.
if we
But don't you like go out of your way to answer questions in a way so that you don't get the heart? I kind of remember seeing that.
I don't know. I don't think it matters. It might be a little faster. I personally don't care because I'm lazy.
When I was first doing my 3 hours Let's Play, I was considering making a special run where, like, when I was playing blind, my first playthrough, I was considering like,
Well,
let's be the worst professor ever. Let's be the worst professor in every answer. Let's be super rude. Let's be the worst teacher ever. It turns out that's actually what the game wants you to do a lot of the time, like lie to students and
Wait,
everything.
do you know how the Lance of Ruin works where when Rhea asks you for it?
Well, yes. If you have Sylvain, I know about
Yeah,
it.
if you have Sylvain and you
Yeah.
refuse to give it to her,
I-
you keep
I-
it, and then her affection goes down, and it's like,
Yeah. I like when I was playing Maddening, I actually had Sylvain at this point, but I didn't remember that you had to say no to Rhea, so I actually returned to Lands of Ruin.
the Lance of Ruin is so good. Though.
Yeah.
Like, it's slept on. I know the Church Route speedrun actually goes out of its way to recruit Sylvain just for the Lance of Ruin.
Oh, okay. I probably should have.
Such a good
I
option.
probably should have gotten it here, because I could have recruited Sylvain at any time probably, or one of my many
Yeah, 'cause
accidental
you're a
monastery
girl.
runs.
Hmm.
It's not like I have any other relics besides the Sword of Creator, so it
Professor.
would be nice to have it.
I read that the units in the back when you're answering these questions also get motivation depending on the
Oh,
answer.
I
what
also
I
wonder why the
heard.
fuck they're around there, because it's always
Like, so like if they like it, they'll like make their liking pose, but if you don't like it, they'll be sad.
It's
and
so
not get
overkill
motivation.
because like Palef builds support so fast with everyone because there's like a million actions he does every time that build supports
Yeah,
like tea
I never-
parties and
I
birthdays.
never confirmed it though, so I don't know. It's just what I read.
Mm-hmm. Palef supports overkill fast. Like every meal builds support points and like he attacks a lot. He's like adjacent to people a lot. So I don't know. It feels overkill to me. I guess they just didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, let's check some software information. while we're at it. Go for that double home button, A press or something. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Again, this is because I'm getting used to my new controller, and this is one of the reasons I'm behind.
Yeah, you got your controller like broke a few weeks ago, didn't you? Didn't it?
It's not
you just
exactly
decided to
broken.
order
So
one?
the story is my Joy-Cons had Joy-Con drift, and I
heard
kept
about
going left.
that.
I didn't want that to happen during a speed run, and or like my Let's Play. I was actually very lucky that before I had the new controller, it never happened during a Let's Play until like the final chapter or something. But let's see. So I had drift, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll send them into Nintendo if they fix it." And I called them, and they were like, "Hey, we'll fix it, but it'll take like 2 to 3 weeks because we're very busy. Like a lot of people have this problem." I'm like, "Fuck!" So I bought the controller to try it out, and then once I figured out it worked, then I could send in my Joy-Cons. I still haven't sent them in. 'Cause,
Ready and
I don't know,
willing.
lazy.
Well done.
Yeah.
That is the story of how I got a new controller, and it's like it's okay. I never use my Switch outside or anything, so I just got a wired one, so I didn't have to like deal with another battery and stuff.
I actually play my Switch 90% of the time in handheld, actually.
Oh,
Thank you.
I have
like,
a
I
hard
mean-
time with 3 houses on handheld.
It's because like I usually walk around a lot
hmm
on like the treadmill or something, or
Yeah.
walk around my room. So I just play 3 houses while walking and getting some Fitbit steps.
Yeah. So in this chapter, you're forced to deploy Claude, so the reason I had to reset it first, and I obviously should have Divine Pulse, I think I reset it instead of Divine Pulse again, is to make sure he was not in range of enemies in turn 1, because, you know, he has to strike me. And I think here you just have to kill Edelgard and Claude.
This is the route chapter.
Oh right, no, that's the problem. Yeah, so at this point I was under the impression you only had to kill Edelgard and Claude.
Oh yeah.
So I'm making a beeline straight for Dimitri.
I don't
My
blame
friend-
you because in part 2 it's
Yeah,
beat all commanders.
yeah, I hadn't played part 1 for this far for a while, so I do kill a couple of enemies along the way, but I still thought I only had to kill Dimitri, basically, and Edelgard.
A lot of the speedrun notes for this chapter and every route is basically, oh, do this for the first 2 or 3 turns and then just wing it because the entire southern half is a clusterfuck.
Yeah, because if one enemy kills a lot of the other or something, they get like a stat boost and they become pretty ridiculous.
Well, it's also you want them to kill as much of each other as possible so you don't have to kill them.
Yeah.
And then there's so many variables that it's going to be different every single time.
Yeah. It was
kinda
fun.
have to
It's fun to
swing it.
watch in casual, but Jesus Christ, it's so weird. Yeah, okay, so they got the stat bonus. The Black Eagles got them, I think. I don't know why I'm
You
going
wiped
here.
out like half their army, the yellow party's army.
I think I'm actually going here just to wait for them to kill each other. That's actually my plan here, I think.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. I move closer so I can see what's going on, and like I know I need to go there eventually. But I'm just chilling and letting them kill each other for a bit.
I forgot, did Dimitri move to you or did you go to him and bop him?
I moved to him.
Okay. Because I know Edelgard moved. Oh, no, they all move actually. Never
Oh yeah,
mind.
so
Claude moves too.
I think we're about to see that. I think I'm like flying to where I think Edelgard is on the left because okay, she's the boss, she doesn't move. And then it turns out she like went all the way up there and like fuck, I need to fly up and get her.
Oh god, that's really scary. Oh, here, have a Hubert and Petra and Edelgard.
Yep.
Running up to your level 2 Claude.
Yep, almost die here. In fact, suddenly I have like 40 less HP than I was when the phase began. I'm like shit, where do I go? Nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. Help.
Oh,
But I
Bernie
do
with
have
the
elixirs.
ballista. That's gonna do like 5 damage.
Yeah.
Ballistas are so bad in this game. You can't proc skills off of them though. So like one time I was playing the last chapter of Golden Deer, and Shamir was part of my main party. So there's a ballista near your starting point, and I used her to fire up a shot at a random unit.
Figured this was
And
my
she activated
safest pal.
lethality. It did like 3 damage, but she activated lethality, and I was like, what?
You really hope
Oh shit.
Oh,
And then
no.
Edelgard was like, "Fuck you, Claude, I'm killing you."
Oh yeah, you did
And
reset.
I didn't Divine Pulse again for some reason. It's like, "Oh, I'm dead. Game over. Reset." But apparently that's not how it works.
It's instinct.
So rip any kind of lead I could have had. I think I might have been slightly ahead or like slightly behind at this point, but now I'm way behind. This is when I fall way behind my friend. So he did not have this struggle. He had a bit of a struggle here, but not nearly as much as I did. Very bad reset. Reset's killing him. Like, I have to skip the whole cutscenes again and everything. But I do think at this point I know that it's route, so that helps at least. Let me zoom in real quick just to make sure.
Ready and willing.
Oh, come on. Come on. You can do better than that. There we go.
stay focused.
Yeah, your House Lord is usually just delegated to Stride Bot.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to level up.
Yeah, I still would rather not have him on the field though. It's so annoying that you can just die when you do things wrong. Like, I don't want to train him because it takes so much time, but it will make him a lot safer in these kind of chapters. But then, like, it's such a waste of his like free time skip experience that he gets. Dilemmas, man.
Honestly, like that's probably the reason why people will not speedrun to other difficulties, because in normal mode is what auto levels your lord to 20, but hard and Maniac don't.
Oh damn, that's bad.
Well, hard gives you like 2 or 3 auto levels or something. I don't know the specifics. Maniac, and I heard that maddening gives like basically nothing.
I would not be surprised if maddening gave you nothing, because maddening hates you. But yeah, I decided here, like, since these enemies are so close to Claude anyway, I might as well fend them off before they get to him.
And that's a general gist. Just kind of chill here and kill everything that comes to you.
I think Ash was close to taking over the ballista or something, but I think Bernadetta starts on it, so I don't know what happened to her. Maybe I already killed her. I don't remember.
I think you did kill her.
Yeah, I might have. But again, I'm fine with these people killing each other.
Oh,
Felix is like, yeah, fuck you. Felix is like, fuck you, I'm killing you. Like, you better
Felix
not
is
come
so
near me.
scary as an enemy unit. Holy crap. He and
I just
Ingrid
found
are
my
like the
elixirs.
scariest enemies.
Yeah, thank God for quickly being able to check ranges in this game, so you can just always stay out of range. I think I had like all enemy range on for like most of the run, just to be able to make sure like Claude is safe and stuff.
Oof, the 80% miss. Oof.
Felix, please.
That's like what, 95%?
I could have just killed him with Bob probably if he had like items on him, but I think he was unequipped at this point. I think Felix uses vulnerary or something.
Oh, the
Pretty
healing
sure-
AI.
I think I reduced him to 3 and he had like 13 the next turn, so it sounds like he used the vulnerary.
Oh, is she gonna gambit you?
Doesn't
Oh,
look
never
like
mind.
it.
Oh, she didn't. Oh,
Looks
okay.
like she gambited herself. So,
She must have attacked you directly because you're a
Yeah.
wyvern with
think so
quote-unquote
too.
low resistance. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like I got like a much better roll in general this time around. I see much less enemies around. I don't even see Edelgard anymore, actually. Dead? I don't know. I see the Dew and Petra, but I don't see Edelgard anymore.
She's probably farther down in the lower left.
Yeah, that's also possible. I remember my friend had like a major struggle with Edelgard for some reason. She would not die. I think she kept healing herself or something, or like using a gambit every time. Like, okay.
Oh, where is she? Maybe she
no,
died.
No, the problem here is that Dimitri is alive and never moved. So I have to fly all the way over to fight Dimitri. What I should probably have done is go to Dimitri first again, because he doesn't move, so you have to fly to him anyway. And then later, if Edelgard is alive, you fly to her because she moves. So it's less of a flight basically. This is a big waste of time. I think Dimitri moves as well if you're like in his range, but other than that,
Yeah, he moves in your range. But I
think
know
he gambited
Edelgard's like more
me. I'm
impressive.
not sure though. Okay, and I killed myself for some reason. I don't know why. I think I just didn't look at the battle forecast properly.
Stay focused.
I should just gambit him and then kill him next turn, or like gambit him and then kill him on enemy phase, like I think I'm about to do. Yeah, just gambit him, make him suicide with the spear. Nerf his stats a little bit. I keep going to the units menu instead of ending my turn. It's the worst.
At least you're not going home.
Another.
You're not feeling homesick yet.
If you ever feel like watching a speedrun and you're like, oh man, this is so easy, it's like, remember, you can also have this happen to you a lot if you're not used to your controller. It's a lot harder than it looks sometimes. Do everything
Yeah, like the
consistently.
thing about speedruns is that it's not about beating it that's difficult. It's about going fast, which is kind of a misconception a lot of people have when they're like, oh, well, easy difficulty must be easy to speedrun. Well, no, not necessarily.
No, if you
go-
go fast, it gets harder.
Yeah, and there's actually some things that are like harder on easy difficulties and vice versa. Like I think one good example is actually Chapter 3P in Radiant Dawn. Easy difficulty is actually less reliable than normal because in normal mode all the green cats are higher level and stuff, so they're not gonna roadblock you as easily. Whereas in easy mode there are like 2 or 3 low level cats with A strike, so if they go up in the front, you've probably lost a turn.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, weird stuff like that comes up in speedruns and stuff shit all the time. And in this case, it's also like my friend is there to distract me and like trash talk and stuff. It's just-
So basically you're getting the Manx treatment.
That's
yes. Well, and I'm also giving him the Manx treatment, but I don't have as much opportunities to because he fucks up less than I did. Like, I was never one of those kids that like played Mario all day when I was like a kid, so my reflexes aren't like super excellent or anything. I was more like playing games like Pokemon where you don't have to like do like fast inputs and everything. I did play like some platformers, but I was more like the kind of kid that would like play a platformer, suck at it, and like cheat to get through it, and then never learn how to do it properly. So it's a whole new experience for me. What's next again? I think Remire Village. Yeah,
I think it is Remire
Yeah, that
Village.
one's pretty easy. Like, kill boss.
Yeah, I don't think you can beat it in lower than 3 turns because turn
Yeah.
turn to enemy phase is the last is the earliest you can reveal of the bad guy. That no spoilers.
I like how he's.
And you can't kill him in enemy phase because he gambits you otherwise.
I like how he's an NPC with a skill that makes him unable to be targeted by other factions, just to make sure
I
he
know,
doesn't die.
like, oh, that looks suspicious.
Yeah, not suspicious at all. My name is not Tomas.
Wait, he's not Tomas?
No, apparently not.
Oh,
Who's Tomas?
wow,
I
you
don't
just
know.
spoiled the game for me. Gosh.
I actually really love Tomas before this chapter. It's like he's a super funny character for some reason. I don't know.
I actually
find
kind
him-
of liked him
I
before
find him very
the reveal.
endearing.
And then this happened, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, never mind.
And that was a dumb reveal. Like, I mean, I remember seeing your analysis video with Megs, and I'm like, yeah, I agree. The villains are most pretty.
Villains in this game are very, very dumb for the most part. There's only one good one, as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
Well, it depends on your perspective, I guess. But generally, in each
depends.
route, there's only one. There's only one good one. I'm like, do I want to kill my units? Kill or undeploy him? I guess I'll deploy him.
Well,
Welcome. What am I doing? Oh yeah, replenish my shit. I don't know. How often do you like replenish
Come
your
back
battalion
soon.
speedruns? You just like
not
do
much.
it when they're
Maybe
gone or
like
something?
once or something. It depends on the route, but I think usually you only do it like once in part 1.
Yeah.
Like that part 2 is like basically a defeat boss marathon, so you don't really have to worry about it. It's just very little.
Yeah, as long as you can hit the benchmarks, I guess. Because if you lose like a ton of
Stay
attack from
focused.
you're losing your battalion or something, it might screw you up. Then again, I don't know how
Yeah,
hard.
it's only
to
really
benchmark
neat
it.
in part 1.
Yeah. Kill that guy because he has a battalion, so he can't gambit me.
People did find out the formulas for how charm affects battalions, gambits.
Yeah.
So it's actually more useful than the luck stat, I'd say.
Yeah. I think he transforms here. Yeah, he does. I don't remember if he does it at the end of the start of enemy by Marianne. It was fun.
He does at the start of enemy phase.
Yeah, and I think my friend got gambited by him. It hurts a lot. He has Resonance Flames. It hurts a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't bob him in enemy
Yeah.
phase there.
Fortunately, he has like 5 AS or something. He's very weak. So let me go home real quick. Take a screenshot.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with how easy the magic-based bosses are to bob.
Yeah. He appears
They should
again
at least
with
make
like,
them fast.
he appears again with like the same stats too.
I never compared his stats. Are they actually the same?
I don't know. I
here
just know.
and,
I just know the speed is the same. Maybe he has a heavier tome. I don't know.
I don't know.
Where did
I don't know.
Edelgard go?
I don't know. So, funny thing, I thought Claude was the Flame Emperor in my first playthrough. Like, I suspected it because like he left during that chapter with
Yeah.
the Flame Kidnapping, but it just
Yeah.
happens in every route.
Yeah, they do it to be consistent, even though it really kind of ruins it in one route. In a way.
Yeah, it kind of ruins it in one route, like afterwards. That alone didn't really ruin it.
It's when I figured it out when I was watching Manx play it. It was them all along. I don't know why I'm bothering covering up spoilers like this, but I'm like paranoid like that, I guess. Yeah, I can do paralogs. How fun! Let me go get this.
Someone suggested doing one of the paralogs to get one of the silver weapons that's effective against horses because of the Death Knight in part 2. And I'm just like, paralogs take forever. Like, even if you clear it quickly, it's just gonna take so much time. You don't want to rely on that.
I can see why they would say it, though. I can
see why people would say it. But it should be like a really, really, really last resort.
It's like it's one of those things that people who are like new to speedruns will suggest, even though like it's already come up like many times when you're in the Discord chat or anything. But when you're new, you're like, oh, isn't this a good idea?
Yeah.
It's like no.
Like it's a perfectly fine thing to ask, and it's understandable. So. And yeah, I think in the Golden Deer route, everyone was like just talking over like 2 or 3 weeks on how to kill the Death Knight in the second to last chapter because that was a huge issue.
This is that one.
This is the chapter 1.
Yeah.
With the
Dragon
monsters.
one basically. Kill 5,000 beasts.
Kill every last one of them.
Yeah. I thought this one was gonna be more tricky than it was. I went about it in a weird way, but other than that, I was like, this one isn't as bad as I thought it would. I was afraid my
I
sword
really like
would
planning
break.
this one out. This
I mean,
one's pretty fun to plan.
It is
I
a route,
think.
so.
Yeah. And conveniently enough, 2 chapters ago, you get a blessed lance.
Yeah, I think I didn't bring it, but it's in my convoy if I want it. But I think I just went with the sort of creator period. I was very afraid that Gerald might die because in my blessed soul he came very close to dying. He got lucky, but if he didn't get lucky, he would have died.
Is the game over if he dies?
Stay
Yeah,
focused.
it is.
Oh, dang.
But for some reason he was like less aggressive, and I'm used to. I mean, my blessed soul was on hard mode, so that might have explained some of it. I do know that when Gerald hits someone, he nerfs their strength and defense by a lot, so it's actually pretty helpful when he does. And he only moved right away from me, so hey, it could have been dangerous, I guess. One thing that like changed my perception of this was when I realized, oh, they only have 2 health bars. Easy. I thought they had 3
The most annoying thing is when you're trying to gambit one of these monsters with the barriers, and you just can't see the yellow arrows. Because they blend in with the yellow barriers.
Yeah.
The yellow arrows and the yellow barriers.
The yellow berries.
Yellow berries. Not blackberries or blueberries.
Yellow berries. I do like how the students like don't die to the dragons in one hit, even the force doesn't fire, and then they can elixir themselves to full health. So it's like you could take your sweet time saving them.
I bet they would probably get 1 round in a hard or maddening though. Do they get 1 round in a hard? I don't know.
Well, yeah, Maniac, I know that maddening boosts the NPC stats actually, so that these people like Gerald and the NPCs don't die as easily.
Oh, okay.
Pretty nice actually.
That's actually good.
I know about hard versus normal, but I noticed that in Manning for sure. The villagers in Ramire were way stronger, like even the non-berserking ones. Also, for some reason, I killed this one, and then went back for the last one instead of killing that lower left one first because he's very far out of the way. Which I should have done. So
that means you missed out on an energy drop. Oh well. Your battle is really good anyway, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You get an energy drop if all the students survive. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's an energy drop.
I got it in my blind playthrough, so bad. You see, Gerald is like he's going for him too. He's like going in, but I think he actually helps out here by like weakening him. Yeah,
Yeah, Gerald's actually kind of helpful in this chapter.
Yeah, I think he broke a barrier.
He did. It looks like he did.
40 times 2. Yeah, it was a lot easier. I think my Sword of Creator was almost broken, but not quite. So that's just good enough. It's so nice that you only have like one battle a month.
I know.
You just rest up and the Sword of Creator is fixed all the way up.
I don't know if you completely break the Sword of Creator. Do you know if it still gets fixed when you rest?
I'm pretty sure it
Never
does.
tried
'Cause it turns into a broken sword, remember?
Yeah. So, but it would get fixed if you rest, would it?
Yeah, of
I assume
course.
it does. I never tried.
I'm pretty sure you can fix it at the blacksmith too if you have the ore, but yeah. I'm pretty sure I don't think any weapon can like completely vanish unless you like discard it or something. I don't think you can even discard relic still.
I never tried.
Gee.
I wonder why.
Yeah. I've been thinking about like
nobody would ever throw away a secret book in a goddess icon.
Fire Emblem players like to work too much. I do think it's possible to like soft lock yourself in this game though. But like if you before you get the Sword of Creator, you just like I don't know, kill off all your units or something, have like a very unlevel Boleth, and then just go into like a chapter like this. I don't think that would be beatable.
Yeah, that would be a little bit rough to deal with. Not impossible.
Thank you.
Oh no, I gave Ingrid flowers.
Ingrid.
Sad Boleth can't find the right date on the calendar. There we go. Come on, do it. Hunt for the killer. Do it. There we go.
That looks like me when I was first fencing with this game. I'm like, how do you navigate this calendar? Oh.
Yeah, my friend didn't know either. It's kind of weird. Oh, I bought flowers for Rhea because she's important, I guess. I love how you plan to go hunt for the killer on the 30th, and then you only move out the next day. It's like, nah, let me just sleep a night over it. I got warp range +1. Yay.
It's on white magic range. It doesn't affect warp, I think.
Damn it.
It's just attack
but
magic.
warp is white magic. Get out of here. That's lame.
Yeah, sad face.
Sad face.
The same thing happens to... Well, no, there isn't any support abilities for black magic, I think. No, there's all just offensive.
Sad boys. Oh, this is... I think... Is this chapter and one more chapter fits into this video?
Soul on one.
Yeah. So as you might have noticed already, I did not get world record in this run. And
It's not like you practiced this a lot, right?
This is not the only video that I'm gonna make of this. There's gonna be another video out because this one is gonna end in like after this chapter, I think. So the rest of the basically most of the post time skip stuff will be in a new video, just so you know beforehand.
Okay.
So there is more to come. But first, we still have to fight Kronia and Solon, whoever the fuck
Ready
they
and
are.
willing.
Speedrun recording, speedrun videos.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
My friend, I think at this point, so as I said, he went Falcon Knight, and as a result, he didn't have an advanced class like I did. So he only had 7 move. He also didn't use Stride, so he could not reach Kronia. And I realized I have a Gambit, and he didn't. So
Actually, Gambits are more reliable on her because she's so dodgy, but
so goodbye.
With High Charm, you can just have like 80-90 hit instead.
Mortal Corpse made up some time here.
Yeah.
Neat. Now we just fly up to Solon.
Oh, so do you know that the stride effect is carried over?
I did not, but I think I'm about to realize it. Maybe not. Looks like...
And it didn't for you, but like if you have stride and then Bob's Kronia on the same turn, then you'll still have stride here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, because I started turn 1 and I killed her turn 2, I think.
Yeah, so it didn't...
Oh, you're supposed to warp up, that's right. Okay, fair enough.
The same thing happens in Miklon's chapter, where if you stride someone and then beat Miklon, then you'll still have stride
for
the
funny.
monster.
Yeah. This is the same turn. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the same turn, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Divine posting these cutscenes is really funny.
Claude just kind of stands there like, oh, I'm about to die, but hey, I guess we're dead.
I'm surrounded by these people.
I'm surrounded by these morons. Maybe there is another chapter in this recording. Not sure. Next chapter is pretty short, so it would make sense.
It is the Holy Tome one, so yeah, it's a short one if you just skip it or something, or fly it.
There's like this weird part in the Holy Tomb that's like some kind of terrain in the middle that you can't fly over, which kind of confused me for a little bit. It's like move around left or right.
Too.
Yeah, kind of confounding. I don't know which is there a difference between left and right? I'm like if you're confused, just keep watching and you'll see what I mean. You go left or right.
I don't know what you mean by left or right.
Well, there's some terrain in the middle, but yeah, the map is like pretty much symmetrical, whatever you want to call it.
Basically symmetrical.
Yeah.
So I guess it just kind of comes down to which enemies are on which side that you want to deal with, or rather that you want to avoid.
Yeah, and Baleth's starting position and the boss's position.
Well,
I
less
guess.
tired position should be
What
sense.
is
Oh,
Strange.
hey, do you want to be this class? No, I don't. Give me my old
You
class
actually
back.
stick to that class for the majority of most speedruns, just because like getting a flying violet is so much investment because the only way to get flying is faculty training.
Yeah, well, that's just new game stuff because no one really
That's
does
just
new game plus.
New game plus, you would easily
Yeah.
just go flyer.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, you also can only use gauntlets if you're like on foot.
Well, you can use gauntlets on as a flyer. You just have to dismount.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Better than before.
Well,
But like the one of the annoying things is that if you go to like the armory and then you try to buy gauntlets for like a flyer, you can technically use it when you dismount it, but they don't let you buy it. Yeah, so like you can't have a unit buy weapons that they can't use. I mean, like it sounds like it makes sense, but
Sorry, I don't sell gauntlets to
you know what I
horses. Fuck you. So you can't even buy it with Byleth, even though it would go into the convoy because his convoy is inventory's full.
I never tried it with having a full convoy, but I assume that you
I
wouldn't
think
be able to.
knowing Fire Emblem probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't.
So yeah, another kill boss. But I think most chapters from here on out are kill boss. I think
It's
part 2
basically
is
a
like
kill boss marathon. Part 2 has like one really interesting chapter with the defend Garrick Mach.
Yeah.
That one's really interesting.
Yeah, that one's
actually.
gonna be real good. But that's gonna be in the next video. This is one is just move to the Steel Axe guy
stay
in red.
focused.
Yes, it's totally a guy. Yeah, so this is what I meant by left and right. It looks symmetrical to me. Oh yeah, the crest stones. I like how when you finish this chapter, after they swiped all the crest stones, but they didn't run away, it's like, oh, you saved the crest stones, good job! And it's like, he's still
I
holding
never
them in their
realized that.
hands.
Oh no, of course they would.
And here I
just
can't
paid
like go
attention.
around them, so I have to kill this enemy to get through and like go home.
And go home.
Yeah. It's annoying when I have to kill enemies on player face because it means I don't get alert stance.
Alert stance is such a good ability. Like I mean, yeah, you don't want to wait, but plus 30 avoid is huge.
Yeah, I mean it
Like-
wastes a little bit of time, I guess, but in this kind of setting, you don't really worry about the couple of seconds or like the second it takes to get alert. I think it just activates during the enemy phase shift, so it doesn't even cost time.
I don't think it even costs time, but I
Yeah.
never really frame counted, and I'm lazy. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
wonder
you
who
go.
that is.
Easy dub.
So,
Damn, so good.
Oh my god, these levels
So
are
good.
ridiculous.
Get jelly.
Claris would kill for these levels.
Oh, well. Come at me, fools. Got this. I wonder, there's like 1 minute of video time left. I think I'm about to do the last one. I think it might just be the division between time skip.
That would be pretty neat. Part
Yeah.
1 and
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
I think what also
Just an
happens
interesting
is,
maneuver.
the
I think I saw that my recording overloaded somewhere at the end of this, so I was like, this is a good time to reset my recording. So that's why I started with 2 parts. Because I'm just watching my media file and I'm screen sharing it with Kirbymastah, and OBS is just recording that. For those of you interested in those technicalities.
Oh, thank goodness that you split it.
Yeah.
I would not do this for like over 2 hours.
No. Next part is
I
going to be
just
shorter
ran
though.
normal. Yeah, because Part 2 is just shorter.
Yes. I got like 42k in gold.
Oh my god. 420 please it.
Hey guys, Edogard's
Part
gonna
2
be
is
here in
like
2
really
weeks.
fun though. Like it's really fun to speedrun even though it's so simple because it's like, well, now you have all these crazier broken tools. Just skip everything now.
Yeah,
But it can get a little repetitive.
I know why I'm going here. I think oh right, I can go Wyvern Lord now. Get an extra point of move, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it should be 8 move.
Yeah. Pretty sure it is.
a new
And you can see it's like starting to lag a little bit, so that's why I'm resetting it soon after this.
In
In fact, I'm resetting it right now. So boom. See you guys
Perfect timing.
next time. Thank you for joining
See
me.
you next time
Kirbymastah.
then. No problem. See you next time then.
Keep an eye out for next part, guys. Peace.
Peace.